Welcome to Technically Speaking, the show for the technically challenged. My name is Stephanie, and today we're going to be talking about making your pictures look terrific. Well, if you're like me, you probably take hundreds of pictures of your family, places you've been, even the dog. And some of those pictures, well, maybe you got lucky and they came out great, and some of them are just a little bit off. And maybe some of them are a lot bit off. Well, I have with me today a really great friend who happens to be an artist and is going to give us some tips about how to take better pictures and then to edit them with a little program that's going to be very easy for us to take our pictures from to wow. So please welcome my friend Kim. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, Stephanie. Nice to be here.
So you're an artist. Tell me what that means.
Yes, I am an artist. I did go to art school and I graduated with a degree in graphic design, and I've been working in my field for over 20 years.
Wow.
And I currently own my own design firm, KGI Design Group in Farmingdale, and I've been able to make a living as an artist.
Now, a design firm, what does a design firm do?
Well, we are a small design group, and actually what we do is we work with a lot of small to medium-sized businesses, and some of them might have a corporate identity or a look. Some of them have a logo or not, but they haven't branded themselves very well.
Okay.
Some of them are just startups, and what we'll do is work with those companies to define what they want to, their look that they want to project to their customers, and then we'll design a logo for them and then incorporate that into all their marketing materials. Brochures, catalogs, posters, advertisements for the newspaper, online stuff, their website, some of their social media, all that kind of stuff.
Sounds fun. Now, the art you're doing is not like paper and paint then, it's all on the computer.
Well, I will say, because I was trained traditionally, I do sketch a lot before I start to put anything on the computer. So when I'm doing a logo or something of that nature, I will sketch. Even if I'm doing a page layout, I might sketch a couple of different ways that I'd like it to be.
Right.
And then I will translate that through different software programs into the final product.
Now, we're going to talk today about taking pictures and then taking the pictures and making them better with some editing software. But before we even get to making them better, is there something we can do right there while the camera's in our hand to make them better?
Well, yes, there is. And I will say a lot of people come to me, both clients and friends and family, with their photos that they've taken, and they would like to, you know, maybe use them in an invitation, or a customer would like to put it in a brochure, and it's a photo that he's taken himself. And I get the photos and they're blah. You know, the lighting isn't good, or the color is off, or the size is too small. So when you had mentioned before, is there something that we can do beforehand? The number one tip I would say is make sure that your camera is set to the highest resolution. So that might mean that you can't take many pictures on your camera because these higher resolution photos take up a lot of memory. But in the end, when you are ready to use the photos, they will be a high enough resolution that you can use them for things such as an invitation, or if you're in a profession and you want to use them in print, they're ready to go.
Right. Now, when you say take up more memory, fortunately these are all digital cameras now, so it's those little cards.
Yes, so get a spare card and bring it with you.
Okay.
Because
they're not expensive nowadays.
They're not expensive. And the worst thing to do is to go out, you have your camera, you're taking a picture of your family, everyone is there, grandpa is there finally with the kids, and you get the photo, and then you go home and you try to upload it, and it's 2 by 2. It's very small.
2 by 2, like 2 inches?
Yeah, 2 inches by 2 inches, and it's at a very low resolution, which would be a 72 DPI. And you might put it up on your Facebook page, or you might put it up on your computer and show your family, and everything looks great. But now you go, I'm going to make an invitation with this, and you bring it to a place to make invitations or to have it printed, and it prints terribly. It prints all pixelated.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, well, what did I do wrong? The photo was too low resolution to work with.
Okay, so once we have high resolution photos,
yes,
you're going to show us some tricks on making them better. Now, what kind of software do you use at your design group?
Well, for photography, we use Photoshop, which really is the best of the photo editing software.
Sounds expensive.
It is expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive. It's expensive to keep upgrading it as well. And there is quite a learning curve. And
That's not the one we're using today, is it?
no, it's not the one we're using today. And also, it takes a lot of time and patience. Photo editing does take time and patience, and you really need to go about it slowly, not just jump in and make it happen. However, with some of the new online software that's available, you can do that quite easily.
Okay, and cheaply?
And cheaply, they're free.
I love free.
Online.
Free is the best.
Not only free, the one that we're going to show today, you don't even have to download onto your computer. You just kind of open it up and you're making
Kind of like just go to the website.
Yes, you're kind of making everything online but you're saving it to your own computer in the end.
Okay, well, let's go to the website then.
Let's go to the website.
I've got it saved here. What we're looking at is a website called Pixlr.com. Pixlr.com. If that's a little hard to remember, what pixels are, if you picture a television screen, maybe even an old one, and all the little dots that make up a picture, those are all called pixels. So they call this Pixlr.com.
Which is very appropriate because that's what I was saying before. The low resolution photos are pixelated. You will see all those squares when you blow it up. So if you ever get someone's card and you say, why does this have all squares in it? That's because it's too low resolution and it has pixelated.
Well, we don't want that.
No, and Pixlr is going to be our solution, hopefully, to fixing up some of these photos.
Now, I see there are three options here. There's Pixlr Editor, there's Pixlr Express, and Pixlr-O-Matic. Well, I'm getting away from the word advanced there, so I'm going to go for Pixlr Express. Hopefully, it's going to be fast and efficient and get all of our photos edited. What do you think?
I would say that's a very good idea. I think that's great for the novice. The advanced is not that much more difficult. So if you go to the efficient and then you're feeling a little adventurous, go to the advanced.
Pour a
it's
little
not
glass of
that
wine,
hard.
get crazy.
Right. And the playful is if you really have had a lot of glasses of wine and you just want to make some fun photos that have crazy effects.
All right, we'll start our viewers with the efficient and see how we go
good.
from there. So when I first click on it, they're going to say we can browse for our pictures. When I click on this button, I know it's going to open up my computer. Now I have here a bunch of pictures that Kim had sent me in advance. I am pretty sure they're all very high resolution, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. For the most part they are, yeah.
Okay.
I do shoot at a high resolution.
Terrific. Here's a picture of your family. Well, that's a great picture. What can we possibly do to make it better? I think it's great. You're all smiling. You're on the beach. Everyone's looking at the camera. There's no weird things floating in the water. It's all good.
Yes. It's actually a pretty good photo. However, it doesn't have a lot of impact. It has so much background.
Okay.
The images, you just don't feel a lot of power from it. So I wanted this photo to be more powerful because I was going to use it on a card. So what we are going to look at here with the adjustments is how to crop it to make it a little more impactful.
Okay, so that there's less beach and more family?
Yeah, basically we're going to zoom in on it.
Okay. Now, where do I do that?
You're going to go to adjustment, which is right here.
I see it there, adjustment. Oh, look at all those options.
Yes,
okay.
There are quite a few options.
And you said crop.
We're going to go to the crop.
Okay. And, oh, I see I'm just going to drag these in and I can get rid of the beach.
And you can get rid of the beach. And this way, it'll bring more of your focus onto the family.
Very nice.
And I will say, if you want to pull in just to try it for a little bit, pull in and touch the sides of the sweatshirts on the either side of my sons, Nicholas and Vincent.
Let's see. Should I pull it lower so that your heads are up to the top too, or no? Is that too much?
No. You can pull it in a little more. You could crop right actually into the person. Don't be afraid. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, look at that. His arm is off the side. Is that okay?
That's okay. And I would, if you want to bring the bottom up a little.
Okay. Oh yes, look at all those feet.
Yeah, maybe you don't want everyone's bare feet. But don't be afraid when you're cropping to crop into a person or to crop into an edge.
Okay.
Sometimes that's what gives it more impact.
Well, that's true.
You know, if you have an image, say, with a ball in the air, and you crop into that ball a little bit, it kind of gives the feeling that the ball is still going. So it'll give some more motion. So don't be afraid to crop a little more aggressively.
Not to mention, it used to be a rectangular picture like this, and now it's a tall picture. So you might be able to use it.
Correct. So you might be able to use it in a different format.
Okay, if I wanted to keep that, I would just hit apply, and if I thought it was horrible, I would hit cancel. I think we're doing okay. I'll hit apply.
Sounds good.
There we are. So far, so good.
Now, can you see already that the focus on my son here on the right side is a little more intense because we've kind of cropped into him a little, and that actually works to improve the photo.
And I could still see the beach and everything.
Yes, you still get the feeling that they're at the beach.
Now, is there anything else you think we should do to this one? I think
Well,
it looks quite nice.
It does look quite nice, but you
Oh,
know,
I accidentally hit on this that I could start writing things on your
you
picture
could.
too.
So we could write at the beach.
Yeah, look at that.
Or maybe you want to write the year.
Type your
I
text
don't-
here.
Plasma drip. That is the font we chose.
Fun. At the beach. Oh, look at that. And
Right,
we have
and the
plasma
one-
drip over your heads.
The one option you have is that you can move that now anywhere you
Oh,
want.
there we go. That's better. With the plasma drip.
Right.
Interesting. Okay.
And you can adjust the color on that, I do believe, under.
Oh, there was a way to adjust the color.
That's okay.
Oh,
We
my
can leave it
goodness.
white. Let's go to the next.
Let's see. Oh, look at all these fun things. Well, let's go back to where we were. We were on adjustments.
Yes.
Is there
and
anything else you think we should
Well,
do?
the one thing that that I actually, when I used this photo that I adjusted, was the teeth.
The teeth.
Now, I know you don't want to make your teeth so white that.
Oh, look at this. I
Yep,
can
you
make it
can
bigger.
zoom in.
Oh, then I could really look at. Let's
And then
look
if
at
you
those
look at
teeth.
the top there.
Well, they're really
Now-
smiley.
Yes,
That's good.
but you could see my son on the left, Nicholas.
Okay. Let's go a little
He
closer.
could use a little bit of whitening. Now, you don't want to be too aggressive when you're making an adjustment like this.
Okay.
When you're, doing you want to make this like a subtle photo edit here.
Okay, so I'm going to hit teeth white. Is that what I'm doing?
Right, which is great. I mean, this program actually, it's very self-explanatory. It shows you a toothbrush with the word white. So I think you kind of get it.
I got that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so you
if I
can
come
just
over
go
here and
on
just
him
kinda...
and just brighten him up a little bit.
Wow, look at that. It's better than toothpaste.
It's better than toothpaste. And you can actually adjust the strength of the whitening if you'd like.
Oh, so if I didn't want him to have, pearly whites, if I just wanted
Correct.
medium white teeth, I could just click them right there.
Yeah.
Very nice. And the size of the brush.
And the size of the brush.
I mean,
you
look at
can
this. If
change
the
as
brush was
well.
this big, I could just whiten his nose. And
You
everything.
probably could.
But I think I won't do that.
Right.
Well, I think that picture looks just terrific. Let me move it down in size so I could get a better view.
Reduce it back
So
you
that's
can
cropping.
Take a look at it.
Now, once I'm done with it, I could hit close if I hated everything I did.
Right, and then it wouldn't save any of your changes.
Okay, but I'm going to hit save. And once
Very
I
good.
hit save, they're asking me about the quality of the picture I want to save. I guess I can check like that resolution thing you were talking
I
about.
would keep it, of course,
Where
how
it
I
is.
am, I would always keep it at the highest quality. So if you
Okay.
could drag that over to 100,
I will
that
put it
would
at
be
100
great.
just
again,
for you.
again, the file size will be bigger.
Okay. Well, I think we
But-
should spare it.
We can spare it. So now, I will mention, however, just say you wanted to upload this to Facebook.
Right.
Sometimes the files are too big.
Oh, okay. So,
So
then
you
we
might want to
wanna
save
change
it down as a lower resolution for Facebook, but then I would save both copies.
Gotcha. And now I hit save, and they ask me where I want to put it. And here is the folder I was in before. I'm just going to leave it on my desktop and hit save. Well, that was pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think
not
we're
too
going
bad.
to try some new effects when we come back. Some special things, maybe some red eye and color changes and lighting, and I can't imagine.